We start with breaking news out of Yuba County, where a Marysville police officer was shot and killed. We've been following this story all day. The shooting happened in Olivehurst, which is just a few miles south of Marysville.
And we do have live team coverage from the scene and also at the Marysville Police Department. But we want to start with ABC 10's Luke Clary, who has the very latest update from law enforcement.
Chris, Laura, there was an emotional press conference here at the sheriff's office where we learned more details about that Marysville police officer who was shot and killed this morning and the circumstances that led up to the shooting. So here's what we know right now. It happened as the Yuba Sutter Narcotics and Gang Enforcement Task Force was executing search warrants in relation to a transnational drug trafficking organization in 20 locations across Northern California. And it was during the execution of one of those warrants on Kestrel Way in Olivehurst that the officer was killed in an exchange of gunfire with the suspect. The suspect was also killed. Here's more from Yuba County District Attorney Clint Curry on the operation.
The central suspects in this operation were part of transnational drug trafficking organizations that were moving methamphetamine and deadly fentanyl across the border from Mexico into our state, where it was harming our communities and our children.
The officer was an operator with the Yuba Sutter Regional SWAT team. He was transported to Rideout Hospital in Marysville, where he died of his injuries. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the district attorney told us to expect more information on those other 19 search warrants that were executed across Northern California today and the arrests that have been made. He called them major players moving poison throughout our communities. Reporting live in Marysville, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
Yeah, and Luke, can you clarify, if you can, for our viewers, there are 2 investigations going on right now. Can you explain for us?
Indeed there are, Laura. There's the investigation stemming from this morning's deadly shooting in Olivehurst involving that officer and a suspect, as well as the concurrent investigation happening now involving that transnational drug trafficking organization or organizations that the district attorney spoke about in that press conference as well.
Yeah, still a developing situation. Luke, keep us posted if you learn more. Thank you. Meanwhile, ABC 10 looked into the Yuba Sutter Narcotic and Gang Enforcement Task Force that was involved in this operation. It's also known as Net 5. According to the Yuba County Sheriff's Office, the task force serves the Yuba Sutter area and includes officers from several local law enforcement agencies. They help in fighting the most complex narcotics investigations in that area and also do street gang operations. According to the Sutter County Sheriff's Office, Net 5 is one of the oldest drug enforcement task forces in California.
As you can imagine, it was an emotional day in Marysville this morning. I want you to take a look. A line of law enforcement and other first responders made their way through downtown Marysville. Many say they were caught off guard and moved by the show of support.
It's like a brotherhood to watch and see how much that each officer cares about each other and how much that the community cares about our officers.
It's just so heartbreaking. We should tell you that the scene where this all happened is still very active. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has been there all afternoon. And Gabriel, what's the latest update now?
That's right, Chris. The scene itself is pretty small, but the investigation seems to be centered inside of a home here on Kestrel Court. But police have a large area blocked off, which is why it is hard to see much here from the ground. From the sky, though, you can see investigators walking into and out of the home. We've seen law enforcement officers here from several agencies, including the FBI. Just before 2:30 p.m., an armored SWAT car positioned in front of the home all this morning was driven away from the scene. This neighborhood is on the outskirts of Olivehurst. There are only a couple dozen homes behind police tape, and neighbors say it's usually quiet, which is part of the reason why all of this has come as a tragic shock.
I walk with the baby, sometimes dark at nighttime with, just me and him. I feel safe around here, but, this incident was like questionable now, so that's definitely a big change to the community.
And a community changed in more ways than one. Every car going into and out of this neighborhood today is having to be checked in and out one by one as investigators try to protect this scene, which is still very much active this afternoon. That's the latest live here in Olivehurst. Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
And again, it's still very early in the investigation, so avoid that area if you can. Keep us posted as you learn more. Gabriel, thank you.
Let's get back to Marysville now. ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha joins us live at the Marysville Police Department. And Garshpal, we won't know his name today, but you are learning more about the officer killed in the line of duty. Tell us more about him.
Yeah, Laura, we're learning that the officer was a 2-year veteran with the Marysville Police Department and also a U.S. Army veteran. As you mentioned, they're not releasing his identity at this time, but we're told that he was well liked by his colleagues and that he was a young officer, but the community has been coming by to pay their respects. As you mentioned, we're outside of the Marysville Police Department. You can take a look at this flower that's been placed in front of the headquarters, but more people have been coming by to place the flowers near the door or inside the building. While details are still emerging, and we know this loss is being deeply felt by his colleagues, friends, and the entire city. And here's what the Marysville Police Chief had to share about the impact of this loss.
This is a sad day in the city of Marysville. We lost an officer today who was near and dear to our hearts. He was a 2-year veteran with our department, also a U.S. Army veteran. You know, we will have more information probably tomorrow, but we are taking today to be able to honor him and mourn the loss of a loved one, a brother, a father, and just a close friend of ours.
And as you heard there, today is about honoring that officer. And this is something that no police chief wants to go through, hearing about one of their own officers who died in the line of duty. But we're told this is the first time the department has had to deal with this in over a century. So we will continue to work on try to getting more information as we can. Reporting live in Marysville, Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10.
Yeah, Garshpal, everyone's hearts are so heavy right now, so much to grapple with, so much to cope with. We are sending our thoughts and prayers to the department and the officer's family during this extremely difficult time. Garshpal, thank you. We've been following this breaking news for hours now, all day. We'll have more tonight on the news at 6 and in the days to come as more information is released. You can also get the latest on this story on our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. Download it for free and watch on your TV.